Hello and welcome back. Today is Monday, December 8th. I have your two best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. We only get a 3-game NBA slate, and these games, I'm not going to lie, they're pretty stinky overall. We get the Kings versus the Pacers to kick us off. The closest game out of all the games on this slate, 232 over under. Pacers 2.5 point favorite. I believe that's all changed since the last time I wrote it, but that's only the closest spread on the day. Then we get Phoenix versus Minnesota, 229 over under. No Devin Booker in this matchup, so it's gonna be Ant-Man versus Dylan Brooks in that game. 10.5 point spread. Then we get San Antonio Spurs versus the Pelicans. This used to be the Tin Commander game of the century, but now Spurs are kind of getting healthy. I don't think Wembanyama will be playing, but Stephon Castle will be returning in this matchup. All right, some of the battle of the young guns, battle of the young point guards will be going at it. De'Aaron Fox versus Dylan Harper. Not Dylan Harper. Those are the same team versus Jeremiah Fears. Jeremiah Fears versus Dylan Harper. Two players in the draft class going at it. You like how I spun that completely the other way. But 3-game NBA slate. I got 2 plays here that I absolutely love. And before we jump into today's plays, we got to recap yesterday's action. And yesterday, just like this slate, was god-awful. 1-4 in best bets. When it rains, it pours. It started off hot. Josh Hart, rebounds, assists, took care of business. Denny couldn't shoot at all. Austin Reeves, it was the LeBron James, Luka Doncic show. Jalen Williams, he was the only one that was close for us on the over-under. He got pulled in the fourth quarter, didn't play a single minute in the fourth, finished at 11. So there was only one hook on the slate. Josh Giddey, he finished with 19. He had a pretty good second half, but that game was a blowout and a half as well. But, man, I was god-awful these last few days, and it shows. It was not the best day overall, but, hey, today's a brand new day, fresh week, and let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, going to be in this Pacers-Kings matchup here, and the Sacramento Kings, they struggled to defend the center position, and I'm going with the Pacers big man down low. This man is leading the lead in blocks currently, but we just need him to get 11 points, and that's Jay Huff. So give me Jay Huff to go over 10.5 points, coming minus 115. On DraftKings, Sacramento Kings allow the second most points to the center position. Sacramento Kings, last 15 games, allow the most points to the center position. And the Sacramento Kings, the last 7 games, allowed the most points to the center position. And Jay Huff has been pretty great, over 4 for his last 5, averaging 11 points per game, with the last 5 games, him having 12, 14, 15. Then he had 3. Then he's coming off of an 11-point game overall. The one game where he had 3, he shot 1 for 6 from the field. He had a tough matchup defending Nikola Jokic, and now he gets an easy matchup here against the Sacramento Kings team. He has played the Kings. He's playing these last 5 games. He's averaging 20-plus minutes played per game. I think it's 24 minutes played per game. He has played the Kings where he's played 20-plus minutes in a game, and that game, he had 11-plus points in that matchup, but that was versus Sabonis in this game. But now there's no Sabonis in this matchup. He's gone over 4 for his last 5 home games, averaging 11 points per game. And he's coming off, the last home game was the 3-point game versus Denver. So now today's a little more of a cakewalk of a matchup. Last 10 games, averaging 22 minutes played per game. When he plays 20-plus minutes in a game, he gets the over 60% of the time, averaging 11.2 points per game. And when he's at home and he plays 20-plus minutes, he gets the over 80% of the time, averaging 13.8 points per game. So this game playing at home, and the Kings, they're the 30th in the league in defending the roll man, and that's where Huff gets 20% of his shots as the roll man. I think today, with it being the Kings line, the second most points to the center position, they're struggling, and Huff can actually stretch out the floor. He can bang a few threes, and he can drive into the lane. I think Andrew, not Jay, I don't know why I want to call him Andrew Huff. Jay Huff has a great matchup here today. He has played this Kings team before, 20-plus minutes, had 11. He's gone over 4 for his last 5. I think Jay Huff has another game for us here today. So give me Jay Huff to go over 10.5 points, coming at minus 115. On DraftKings, I jump into my second play and my final day second and final play of the day in this Pelicans versus Spurs matchup. 237 over under, so a fast-paced game. And Stephon Castle is returning from injury, and I think if Stephon Castle, even if he gets a minutes restriction, I think he has a great game ahead of him. So give me Stephon Castle to go over 5.5 assists, coming to minus 130. On DraftKings, the New Orleans Pelicans, these last 7 games, allowed the 6th most assists to the shooting guard position. And Stephon Castle has gone over 4 for his last 5 overall. 3 for his last 3 against this Pelicans team, averaging 8.6 assists per game. With the last 3 games against the Pelicans, he's had 7, 6, and 13 in the most recent game. The one 4 for his last 5, he could have easily gone 5 for his last 5, but he did get hurt in the most recent game where he had 5 assists in that matchup, so right on the money. And he only played 15 minutes in that game. And I expect even today, with Castle having a minutes restriction, I'm not worried about it. In games where Stephon Castle plays 20-plus minutes in the game this season, he's gone over 75% of the time, averaging 7.8 assists per game, averaging 13.6 potential assists per game in those matchups. I've projected at 7 assists in this game here. Shooting guards versus the Pelicans have had some nice assist games recently too. Terrence Mann, 4, Reeves, 8, Cam Spencer, 7, Cowards, 4, Kobe White, 6, and Kennard, 3. 80% hit rate on the road this season for Stephon Castle. He's returning it from injury in a high over-under fast-paced game. De'Aaron Fox has been balling out, so I think even he has a few more assists tossed to De'Aaron Fox's way. The Pelicans, these last 7 games, allow the 6th most assists to the shooting guard position. Even if Stephon Castle plays 20-plus minutes, 75% hit rate this season on the over, averaging 7.8. So give me Stephon Castle in the returning game to go over 5.5 assists, coming minus 130 on DraftKings. And those are my 2 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, let me know down below what's your best bet in this smaller, god-awful slate, and looking to bounce back after yesterday's god-awful day by me. But we got a fun one here today. We got Stephon Castle over 5.5 assists. Jay Huff starting off right. I have him projected at 12 points in this game against the Kings, allowing the 2nd most points to the center position. Jay Huff, you got another one in you. So fun. Not fun. Interesting NBA slate. But tomorrow is NBA Cup Tuesday. We got 2 games tomorrow. Very excited for those 2 matchups. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Monday. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.